Loss. We don't know what to do. But all three men dead. This guy brags on being a scientist. I mean, all I can think of is what did he concoct?
Hello, True Crime Stories family. Welcome back. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you are a fan of true crime stories, you know how important it is to look at every detail and investigate thoroughly to uncover the truth. The story behind what happened to the three Chiefs fans is no exception. As the victim's family believes that there is something fishy going on, it is essential to take a closer look at the situation and gather as much information as possible. By looking at Jordan Willis's backyard on Google Maps Live, we can get an idea of the layout and potentially rule out the chance of this situation being accidental with no foul play. So, if you want to be part of the investigation and uncover the truth behind this case, don't miss the opportunity to analyze the details and help us get closer to the truth. Did you know that there is a gate on the side of Jordan's backyard that the victims could have walked out to get help from a neighbor or car passing by? This could have made all the difference in their safety. It's important to consider all possible exits and entrances when it comes to safety, and this gate could have been a potential lifesaver in case of an emergency if the victim was conscious and wasn't placed there by someone. You can see the trees and the bushes in Jordan's backyard. It's really surprising that none of Jordan's neighbors, who live so close to his house, noticed anything unusual in his backyard. They could have easily looked out of their windows and spotted something that could have helped with the investigation. It's quite puzzling that no one heard or saw anything that could have shed some light on the situation. This is the road that runs behind the backyard. The inconsistencies and gaps in Jordan's story have left the victims' families with a sense of disbelief and frustration. They are plagued by so many unanswered questions, such as how did their loved ones end up in the backyard, and what really happened to them? It's important that they get the answers they deserve, and that justice is served. Let's hope that the truth comes to light and the families finally find some closure.
Loss. We don't know what to do.
Norma Chester's son was one of the three men found in the backyard of a Kansas City home on January 9th, apparently frozen to death. It happened after they left a watch party at a friend's house as they cheered on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City touchdown!
The victims have been identified as David Harrington, Clayton McGinney, and Ricky Johnson. Norma is Johnson's mother.
Have the authorities told you anything about a possible cause of death?
Nothing whatsoever. I have to believe they froze to death, but how they got there and why they were there so long is baffling.
With so few answers, there's been speculation that drugs could have been involved.
It could have been a situation, too, where maybe they're inside and they do the drugs, and then three of them are not feeling well. I'm going to go outside, get some air, and then like soon after that, they OD. I don't know. And the one guy stayed on the couch, maybe passed out.
Do you believe, as some are speculating, that drugs may have been involved?
I can't say that they're not, but all three men dead.
The football watch party was held at a friend's house. He has been identified as Jordan Willis, a research scientist. His lawyer says he fell asleep on the couch after his buddies left and did not realize they were all dead in his backyard until 2 days later.
This guy brags on being a scientist. I mean, all I can think of is what did he concoct?
News Nation's Ashley Banfield is following the mystery.
When it comes right down to it, The toxicology is going to tell us a lot.
The lawyer.
This is an article that talks about drugs possibly being responsible for the victim's death. Rather, it was voluntary or involuntary taken. If any crimes was committed, it would be hard to prove since Jordan moved out. The crime scene or evidence is gone. It's just an empty house now. From looking at the layout, the victims' families have a valid argument that the victims was placed out there because if they accidentally locked themselves out, they would have walked out of the gate and got to safety. Here's another article about the victims' families. Jordan's lawyer refused to answer questions about whether the men were using drugs. The results of the medical examiner's toxicology report have not yet been released. The medical examiner's office is yet to reveal the cause of death or whether any of the men had any drugs in their system. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.